Few people know as much about President Trump's business dealings as Michael Cohen. He was for years Mr. Trump's personal attorney, but his services went beyond the law and against it. Cohen, now 52 years old and disbarred, goes to prison in May for campaign finance violations and lying to Congress. He is not going quietly, and the man who once claimed he'd take a bullet for Donald Trump is now taking aim at him. Here's Chief Justice correspondent Jeff Pegues.
Do you swear or affirm that
the Trump fixer turned informant?
He is a racist, he is a con man, and he is a cheat.
And his knowledge of the inner workings of the Trump family business.
Those are part of the investigation that's currently being looked at by the Southern District of New York.
Poses a threat to President Trump and his children that may be greater than anything the White House feared from the Mueller investigation. Not only has Michael Cohen been a key witness on Capitol Hill, but he has also been cooperating with prosecutors in the Southern District of New York. The SDNY, as it's called, has launched an aggressive probe of the Trump organization's finances and possible illegal foreign donations to the Trump Inaugural Committee.
Am I perfect? No. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely.
Cohen turned on the president after pleading guilty to campaign finance violations. He had admitted to organizing hush money deals with adult film star Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal. Both said they had affairs with Donald Trump. Richard Signorelli was an assistant U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York.
I believe this is the beginning.
Oh, you do?
The beginning is the conviction of Michael Cohen. We don't know a great deal about what the Southern District knows and what they've already may have done in this case under seal.
Signorelli told us the SDNY has few limits on what it investigates and can spend years mining for evidence. Financial crimes are also easier to prove than what Mueller was examining. Cohen has turned over reimbursement checks for the payoff to Stormy Daniels. Several were signed by President Trump in 2017. Cohen says that money was to pay him back after he borrowed against his own home to secretly raise the $130,000 payment. The hush money was intended to prevent their stories from getting out, right around the time the Access Hollywood tape threatened Mr. Trump's White House bid.
You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab him by the...
Well, you know, when I first met him, I thought he was a pretty devoted worker to Donald Trump.
You did. Not only was Michael Caputo a communications advisor on the Trump campaign, but he was also interviewed by the special counsel's office. He has known Cohen since 2013.
You know, he's a pretty typical New Yorker, kind of rough edges, you know, bare-knuckle type guy.
For the decade that he worked for Donald Trump, Cohen was well known for being the real estate mogul's enforcer. He was in full form during this call recorded by a reporter for the Daily Beast in 2015.
I'm warning you, tread very lightly, because what I'm going to do to you is going to be disgusting.
Cohen was also a gatekeeper. His office was on the 26th floor of Trump Tower, just 3 doors down from the man he affectionately called the boss. But Cohen's wise guy bravado melted away when investigators closed in last spring. The FBI raided his room at this Park Avenue hotel, his Rockefeller Center office, and his home to seize records and emails. Before the FBI raid, Cohen told members of Congress that a deal to build a skyscraper in Moscow branded with his boss's name fell apart in January of 2016. After the FBI raid, Cohen told the special counsel's office that he negotiated with the Russians well into May of the 2016 campaign with Mr. Trump's blessing.
Mr. Trump knew of and directed the Trump-Moscow negotiations throughout the campaign and lied about it. He lied about it because he never expected to win. He also lied about it because he stood to make hundreds of millions of dollars on the Moscow real estate project.
Cohen arrived on Capitol Hill with a suitcase full of documents. His interviews behind closed doors with congressional investigators stretched out over more than 20 hours. His critics say by cooperating, he's just trying to shave time off his 3-year prison sentence, which is scheduled to begin in early May.
If you have any sense of integrity that you're trying to tell us you have now,
It was that bad. Why didn't you leave? Looks like to me you're trying to save face.
He is someone who supported the president, who believed in the president, who said that he'd take a bullet for the president.
Right, right. And here's the thing. In order to get the president, they went at everyone around him, every single person. And the weak sister falls away and starts telling lies on the president. That's Michael Cohen.